The Emmys are almost here, and we're talking about the hottest races leading up to television's biggest night. Succession leads the pack with White Lotus and Ted Lasso trailing behind as the three most nominated shows. Plus, who will make history? We're talking about Zendaya, Quinta Brunson, and Lizzo.
So all coming up right now on the special edition of The Take.
Hey everyone, and welcome to a special edition of The Take. I'm Elizabeth Wagmeister.
And I'm Clayton Davison. We're here to give you our final predictions for the Emmys. We are here. It's here. I'm so excited.
Look how excited you are. The Emmys are upon us, just a few days away. Cannot wait to see who wins, but it is really a stacked year. When you look at all of these categories, it's an embarrassment of riches.
There's no shortage of television. No shortage.
That is true. Now, the Emmys this year, they're going to be on September 12th, live from LA. Kennan Thompson is hosting, which I am so excited about. Of course, an NBC veteran with SNL. So makes sense that he is hosting. This will be the first year that the show is also going to be simulcast on a streaming network. It's going to be airing on NBC and Peacock at the same time. Now, Succession leads all the nominations with 25 noms. Just behind it is Ted Lasso and White Lotus. Both of those shows have 20 nominations each. Now, Succession, of course, in the drama category, has the most nominations, but you think that it's not a shoo-in to win many awards.
No, I mean, it's interesting with Succession because it's 50-50 in a lot of its categories because a lot of its actors were nominated.
Yes, all up against each other.
And they're competing against each other. So Succession, sure, could win a lot, but also could lose a lot. I mean, listen, if it lost all 25, be the biggest, loser in Emmy history.
But that's an award in itself.
Yeah, that's a good, I don't think the HBO would like that. It would like that so much. But listen, it's facing some stiff competition. You have Severance from Apple TV Plus, which was amazing. And then you have Better Call Saul. The final season was airing during voting. And that was everywhere. And who doesn't love Bob Odenkirk and Ray Seahorn?
And, aside from it airing at the perfect time for Emmy voting, historically, the farewell seasons of shows have done well. Emmy voters, they love to kind of celebrate not just that season, but also the series as a whole. So I agree that that could be big competition for Succession, but it's kind of like a good problem to have, high-class problems. You come in with the most nominations, which also means that you have the most to lose.
Exactly. So it's going to be interesting because we'll see what Squid Game can do.
Also, Euphoria as well.
Euphoria is the second most nominated drama, and it can do a lot of history there. But now we're going to make a quick move to the comedy categories, which actually are no laughing matter. It's actually quite serious this year. That was a dad joke alert.
That was maybe one of your best or worst dad jokes of all time, Clayton.
Listen, we have Apple TV Plus's Ted Lasso, the reigning champ, walking in with 20 nominations, but it is not going to be easy for it to outdo some of the contenders that are in the mix. Abbott Elementary, representing for ABC, expected to do very well and could make history there. The first broadcast show that's been recognized since Modern Family back in 2014. But the most eyes will be on Only Murders in the Building. If you follow my projections at Variety.com with the Emmys, then you will see that have it winning 9 Emmys, which would be a record for the most wins for a series in its first season. If Selena Gomez wins, by the way, because she would be part of that because she's an executive producer in comedy series, then she becomes just the first Latina to ever win comedy series, the second Latina overall to ever win for a series.
It's really crazy that we're still talking about these statistics, but I know that a lot of people would be so happy to see Selena win as a producer since she was shut out of the acting race, which is still insane to me. I think she's fantastic. I love Only Murders with Steve Martin Short. I'm so glad to see that it has so much recognition. And I also think even though this isn't the season that it's nominated for, the fact that it was airing its season 2 finale just as voting was closing, that also isn't going to hurt it.
Yeah, and it's great that a Latina is in the race. James Franco wasn't available, obviously. That's why that didn't happen. But, if you follow my projections, the 9, one of them isn't comedy series. I don't know if it's going to win comedy series, but again, we have HBO there with Hacks and Barry. It's going to be a photo finish. We'll see what happens. But again, now moving to a new hot race, which is the limited series, which is between The White Lotus on HBO, and Dopesick on Hulu. They make up all the supporting nominations that are available this year. But HBO, looking at this, if HBO wins for limited series for White Lotus, and let's say it pulls it out with Hacks and Succession, and it has a TV movie in the mix with The Survivor, it will be the first network to win all the top series categories. I know that's what they want. That their eye is on that prize. And it'll be very interesting to see how that does. But with Dopesick, I mean, listen, it's a very timely story featuring Michael Keaton's finest moments as an actor. And I believe he's a shoo-in to win on the night. That goes a long way.
Yes, and he did a great interview during his Emmy campaign with our colleague and friend, Emily Longaretta, on the cover of Variety for one of our special Emmy editions. And you mentioned White Lotus. That is going to have what we're now going to label as the HBO problem or the Succession problem.
Yeah.
All the actors nominated against each other in so many of these categories. So whenever castmates are against each other, you never know how that's going to turn out. Does someone cancel each other out? But my prediction, I think that Jennifer Coolidge is the front runner. I think that she will win in her category. And she was another one that we had on our cover recently.
Listen, the switcheroos happened. We saw it last year when Emma Corrin was supposed to win lead actress drama. Her co-star Olivia Colman did it. So sometimes it's still the show, it's just someone completely different. And just to keep this in mind, there is a such thing, I think, as doing too well at the Emmys. 20 nominations for White Lotus, taking up all the supporting categories. People were a little like, wasn't there more TV than that?
Right.
So we don't know if the backlash had an effect.
Right, we'll see. But Jennifer Coolidge with her first Emmy nomination, so she's making history there, but there's going to be a lot of history-making moments. There already are with the nominations. You spoke about Selena Gomez, and now let's talk about Zendaya. Zendaya became the youngest actress to win in her category for the first season of Euphoria, and now she's up again in the drama race for lead actress for the second season of Euphoria. Now, her work is incredible, and of course that show is so buzzy. It seems it's always in the cultural zeitgeist, which of course is going to help its chances. But if Zendaya wins, she will now become the youngest double winner. She's already the youngest double nominee, so she's already making history, win or lose. Also, Quinta Brunson, you mentioned Abbott Elementary, really standing there for broadcast. It's exciting that we're seeing broadcast get so much love in this age of streaming. I remember a few years ago we were saying, with cable, no one loves broadcast. Now it's like, with cable, with streaming, with everywhere you watch. So it's great to see Abbott Elementary get a lot of love, and Quinta Brunson already making history as the first Black woman to be nominated 3 times for comedy, acting, writing, and producing. And of course, we have Squid Game, which talk about breaking into the cultural zeitgeist. Everybody was talking about it, and it is the first non-English language series to be nominated in major categories like Best Drama, but also a ton of the acting categories. So I'm curious, which of these potential history-making moments are you really excited about?
I'm really excited by the prospect of Lee Jung-jae possibly winning lead actor drama. He'll be the first Asian to ever win that category. He'll be the third Asian to win any acting category. If Quinta Brunson wins for lead actress, or what I'm predicting, her co-star Sheryl Lee Ralph wins supporting actress comedy, they become just the third Black women to win for a comedy series ever. You know, for Cheryl, it was Jackie, Harry. You know, this is all a lot of historical moments that are going to be broken, hopefully. But I'm really excited that Quinta, especially being crowned as like this it girl and the prom queen of award season. I've been saying it. She's infectious. And I think the show really peaked during the voting period.
Absolutely, I love that. The prom queen of Emmy season, I love that. But also RuPaul has already made history, stands to make history again. Tell us about the reality categories.
Yes, RuPaul already made history last year, becoming the most awarded Black entertainer at the Emmys in any category. Triple nominated once again for RuPaul's Drag Race, and RuPaul's Drag Race Untucked stands to be the favorite in all those categories, in reality competition program and reality unstructured. The problem is Lizzo opened this season with a great show, Watch Out for the Big Girls, on Prime Video, came on strong during the voting period, and really could be the upset pick. So Lizzo, goddess among us. She's just here. Her show's already made history, delivering the first Black woman ever nominated for directing a reality program. This is huge history being made, and I would say watch out for her to do it. Now listen, We also have a really good race with the structured category because Queer Eye is currently tied with Shark Tank as the most awarded show in the structured reality program category. One of them is going to take the record all themselves.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned Queer Eye because we actually recently caught up with the Fab Five and they told us what all of this Emmy recognition means to them. Take a look.
You could knock me over with a freaking feather. When we started 5 years ago to be where we are now, it is so incredible to be nominated with people who we are nominated with.
And pandemic aside, every single year, we always happen to be filming when nominations come out. So it's so nice that we all get to celebrate together.
Fab Five are always fun, by the way. You're welcome to come here anytime you like and just hang out at the
Yes, we'll
Take.
take you right here on the Take. Come to the table. We'll make room for 5.
Exactly, right? But listen, the Fab Five also nominated for a reality host, so they could just have a really good night. But watch out for Joanna Gaines, because I think she's going to do some damage somewhere.
Yes, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of damage that could be done in every category, as we just spoke about. It is an embarrassment of riches. Every category is stacked. I know we can't wait to see what happens on September 12th, but in the meantime, leading up to TV's biggest night, make sure to go to Variety.com for all your Emmys coverage.
Thanks for watching.